welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be my every single day makeup routine. It is the routine that I have literally been doing every single day for the last year. When I started working back in retail, I had to really tone down my makeup, and I had to take a huge step back from just doing like super glam and super colorful lashes and all that. So I had to find something that I still loved, that I can live with every single day, that was really easy, because sometimes I'm running late for work or whatever. So there's really not a whole lot of products that is required to do this look. It's just a very natural everyday look. For some it might be a lot, so take things out that don't suit you. You know, I mentioned in the video brows aren't something everybody does. I personally can't leave the house without brows, and in this video I do use the new Beauty Blender Balance Foundation for you guys. This is not a review, it's kind of more first impressions. I have to wear the foundation for more than 20 or 30 minutes to really give it an honest review. I do want to review this on my channel. I do like it so far. I like how it looks on my skin. I think I got a decent match. At first I was kind of worried. I know I'm a little tan right now, but it's working with my complexion right now. It looks really nice, super flawless. I haven't gotten any creasing here, my smile lines, which I tend to. So far so good. I'm gonna wear it for the rest of the day, and then in a future video I'll do a full honest review of it. But if you guys want to see how I achieve my every single day working woman, basic, simple, natural makeup routine, just keep watching. Alright guys, so first things first, the two things we are not covering in this video is my hair and this cold sore, because it has been a rough week. My hair's filthy and this cold sore popped out of nowhere, so yeah. Let's just not talk about that. Let's just not talk about that. Okay, so as mentioned in my intro, this is going to be like my everyday makeup routine. This is like a good look for work, just like kind of every day. It's nothing crazy. It honestly takes me 20 or 30 minutes, with the exception of like my everyday go-to foundation, which is the Dior Forever foundation. As you can see here, this is like a cult favorite in the beauty world. I am going to be going in with the new Beauty Blender Balance Foundation. Obviously, I wanted to give this a try on camera. This isn't going to be a review, kind of more of a first impressions. The claims are that it is supposed to hold up for 24 hours, but I guess we'll see. If any of you are interested, I do have oily skin, and actually I'm like more combo. I only really get oily in my T-zone. Besides that, I'm pretty normal. So if you want to give this a try based off of my first impressions and my review on it, just know that I'm considered oily to combination. I've already prepped and primed my skin. I used the Cover FX blurring primer for anybody who is interested and is into priming their skin before foundation. Sorry, I don't know why you guys can't see that. There it is. This one is really excellent for me. I usually just put it on my T-zone. This isn't something I would put all over my face, but I do use this pretty much every single day. Kind of bizarre me using this because I've never used it before. So the intention with like the way they did this portion here is for it to pour out into like the little beauty blender and kind of dab it in. I don't know if I'm going to be crazy about that, to be really honest, but I'll use it the way it's intended to be used. And it has a little lock, which is really cool right there for traveling. So it'll lock, and that way nothing can come out if the spout gets pressed. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous, not gonna lie. Okay, it took like 6 pumps to get actual product to come out there. And as you can see, it kind of just drips down there. It's really interesting. So I pumped about 3 pumps into the little dish there, and that's kind of what you get. So I'm just gonna tap my beauty blender in, and obviously I figured I'd use a beauty blender because it's their product, so I'm gonna assume the product works best with a beauty blender. I'm gonna have to see if it oxidizes or anything like that. I mean, I am a little tan right now from the summer, so it might work just fine, but I can tell right away that in my more light months, this is gonna be too dark. So I have to go in with another pump because that wasn't enough. And I don't know if I'm gonna love the fact that this is getting all over the actual bottle. I just feel like it's gonna get dirty. Not that that's like the end of the world, but it's easier to kind of deal with that when your foundations have a cap or like a lid, because you don't see like how dirty they get. I do like how this is applying. It is applying super evenly, but then again, a lot of my foundations do whenever I use a sponge. That's kind of like one of the perks and one of the most loved things about using a beauty blender. I mean, and now that it's like all over my face, I don't mind the color. I think it's fine. So the next thing I do in my routine are brows. If you are low maintenance and really don't care about filling in your brows, you can go ahead and skip this step. This actually is the longest step in my routine. This is what takes me the longest. So if you're trying to cut back on time and you love your brows and you're totally okay without filling them in, then you can skip this step and it's going to take your routine from like 20 minutes down to like 10 or even 15 minutes. So this is the product that I've been using. It's from L'Oreal, so it's inexpensive. It's the Brow Stylist. Yeah, Brow Stylist Definer. What I love about this is it has a spoolie on one side and then your product here obviously on the other, and it is a retractable product. So I'm gonna just kind of breeze through this part because this isn't a like how to do my brows tutorial. This is just kind of like my step-by-step what I do, and a lot of you probably will opt out of this. I noticed that a lot of women to save time, they skip this step. So I'm going to pop on my brows and then I'll come back and show you the rest of the products that I use on a day-to-day and how to finish the rest of my face. So once my brows are done, I go in with a flat definer brush. Any flat definer brush will work. It's just something that is nice and like thin and precise. I go underneath with concealer to clean it up. The concealer that I use, it's like my ride or die. I legitimately use this concealer every day. Is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium. It's like the only concealer I've been using since it hit the market. Like the second I got it, I've just become like a super freak over it. So all I'm really doing is taking the brush and tapping onto the actual applicator to get product, and then I'm just gonna like go right underneath and clean up my brows. So I kind of outline the lower part of my brow and then I drag the product down. So moving on with the applicator, I'm just gonna go in, and this stuff, like a little bit goes a long way, so I literally just do like 2 little dabs. I put it here on my chin, I put here a little on my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. Now if you have a small forehead, highlighting the center of your forehead and kind of blending outwards, gonna give it more of a like a bigger look. I have like an oval round shape, so I can get away with highlighting multiple parts of my face, but if you have a big forehead, you kind of don't want to highlight or put concealer on your forehead, and the same thing for your chin. If you have a big chin, you don't want to put concealer on your chin because it's going to brighten it and draw attention to it. And I just dab this product, I dab with this tool. You never want to like swipe with a beauty blender because it's going to cause like streakiness or patchiness, so you just want to press it into the skin. And then if there is still product left on the sponge, I'll bring it down to like my lip area because I don't know about you, girl, but I get little fuzzies there, and it'll brighten that area a little. It won't look like you have a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, so once foundation, brows, concealer are on, I want to set everything because I'm going to go in with powder products. So once you're ready to start moving into powder products like your blush, your highlight, your bronzer, contour, whatever, you need to set it because foundation tends to be sticky, concealer tends to be sticky. So I'm using the Cover FX. Cover FX, this is new. I've only been using this for like the last month. It's the translucent powder. It's the perfect setting powder. I got this because of Jaclyn Hill's recommendation. She says it was probably one of the best setting powders she's ever used, and I might have to agree with her. It's the only one I've been using since I purchased it. And I'm using my favorite under eye setting brush. It's the M438 by Morphe. So I'm literally just going to go in. This is what the product looks like. Any translucent powder will do. I do use one by Maybelline that's really great that I use a lot. And I'm going to look down for this so that I don't set any creases, because if I go like this, naturally there's going to be creases underneath my eye. So by looking down, I'm like kind of stretching out the skin underneath my eye, and then I can set without setting any creases. And then I'm just going to go over my lid. And I do like to go back and forth with this product to just make sure that it gets in every like the creases of my skin. And I like using this this brush too on my forehead and on my chin because I do get oily around my forehead, T-zone, this is my T-zone, but forehead, sides of my nose, and my chin. So I like to really pack in the translucent powder in those areas because that is where I produce the most oil. And then with a fluffier brush using the E3 by Morphe, I'm going to just grab product and then just kind of press this into the skin everywhere else. So this is obviously going to distribute and disperse less of this product because it's more fluffy and it's not as dense and small as the other one. So then the next step is bronzer. This thing looks like it's been through the ringer because it honestly has been. It's the Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. It is literally my favorite bronzer of all time. This is like my second or third one of these. It's so cute. It has like 2 different shades. When you pop it open, it has like a lighter shade and a darker shade. It really does okay. It really does just give me a really nice, beautiful, natural bronzed look. And then I'm going to be using the Morphe M403 brush for this. It's just a nice, beautiful, tapered brush, which I love for getting into the hollows of the cheek. So this isn't necessarily contouring. I do not contour on a daily basis. I don't really think it's necessary, especially because using this technique with this bronzer and this brush, I kind of get a contoured, bronzed effect anyway. So I literally just swirl my brush on the product. I tap off any excess there might be, and then I'm just going to follow the hollows of my cheek. I am holding the brush at the bottom here, not closer to the barrel, towards the bottom, so that I don't have such a strong grip. So it it distributes product a little bit more loosely and naturally. So I'm going in circular motions upward towards my temple, not downward, upward, moving back and starting in my temple. This is going to give me like a nice bronze contoured look, and I'm going to do the same thing on my forehead, and I'm just sticking to the outer sections of my face. If I do grab a foundation that's a little too light for my skin that day, I will drag the bronzer down my forehead just to warm up the skin a little, but as of right now, this foundation seems to be working and doing its thing, so I'm just gonna put it in the outer portions of my face and the hollows of my cheek. You could already see just like the definition on my face from doing that. And then I'm going to take a little bit more and just kind of bring it along my jawline just to create balance and drag it down my neck a little. I really am loving this foundation. I like it a lot. Another really convenient step if you want to do something for the eyes without doing anything too crazy, having to having to pick up an eyeshadow palette, is taking your bronzer, which also is how I get away with doing my makeup so quickly in the mornings, is taking the same bronzer I just used and taking a nice blending brush and a pencil brush and just blending into the creases and blending in along the lower lash line. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Really, really easy. I'm just going to take bronzer and then I'm literally just going to dust it in my crease. There's no technique to this. It's legitimately like contouring your eyes. Same way we would bronze the hollows of our face, I'm just bronzing into the crease. If you hear the dog barking, that is my sister's dog, and she thinks she's a pit bull. So I'm just doing like windshield wiper motions and then circular motions, windshield wiper motions. I'm just trying to diffuse the bronzer like upward, focusing on my crease, but then blending it upward into like the brow bone area. And that's the Morphe M330 brush. This is my favorite blending brush. And then I'm going to take the Morphe E18 brush, and it's literally just a teeny tiny pencil brush. Take bronzer and just dust it underneath my lower lash line. This kind of gives me like a really nice natural smoky look on my eyes. And everybody always asks like, oh, what'd you do to your eyes? And it's so simple. And this takes me maybe 20 minutes in the morning, half an hour if I really feel like high maintenance and I do extra steps and stuff. But I'm also taking a little longer because I'm explaining it to you guys, but I'm telling you in the morning, 20 minutes. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab a highlighter. So this is a new, I just bought this literally last month from the Morphe store. It's one of their new highlighters. It's called Spark. It really is beautiful. This is the travel option. It comes in like a larger size, but I really just wanted to try it out. It kind of looks like a rose gold highlighter. So again, I will alternate my highlighter depending on my mood that day, but I always highlight. I always go in with a highlighter, and this is my favorite brush to highlight. It's the Y14 by Morphe. Just swirling it into the product, tapping off any excess, and I'm just going to touch on the high points of my cheekbone. Like, just look at that. Highlighting is my favorite step. I like legitimately on the days that I really don't feel like putting on any makeup, it's brows, mascara, and highlight. Legit. Brows, mascara, highlight. Those are the days that I don't feel like putting like foundation, bronzing, nothing. So I'll touch on my cheekbones, like right above my brow, my chin, and then with a smaller brush, and I like literally don't know what this brush is. I've had it for so long. I'm pretty sure it came in like a Sephora set, but it's literally just like this teeny tiny like flat brush, which is really nice for highlighting right underneath the brow bone, the bridge of my nose. So it's like my go-to like detailing highlight brush. So I tap in there, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna go right underneath my brow bone area, my inner tear duct area, and as you can see how that just brightens up my eye compared to this eye. It just really highlights the high points of your face. And again, on the days that I don't really feel like putting anything on, I put a little highlight on my brow bone, my inner tear duct, and it just like wakes me up a little bit, brightens up my inner eye, down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose here, and usually right on my cupid's bow, which is nice for like when you put a gloss on. It just kind of gives you an extra shine. So you look dewy, you look highlighted, you look radiant. I love it. And then the last like product I use is blush. I've been loving the Tarte. Your lens was delivered. Ugh, of course. I literally waited all day for my lens to get in. I ordered a lens, sorry, side note, and I waited all day to film to bring it with me here. And of course, I just got impatient. It was like 3 o'clock, it hadn't gotten delivered, and I was like, F it, I'm leaving, I'm gonna go film. And Jasmine just texted me saying it was delivered. Okay. Anyway, so the last product I use is the Tarte Party Blush. This was a travel size option, but let me tell you, this little guy has lasted me quite some time. I got it in like one of those little birthday things last year, and I still haven't even hit pan on it, and I use it every day. So Tarte, you go with your bad self. I'm using the Morphe E4 brush to blush up the cheeks. This is my favorite brush to blush. You guys know I was about to get really stuck on that. And I literally just dust it on the apples of my cheeks. So I don't have to like smile anymore, but if you need help when you smile, it's literally right here. And then I dust backwards. So the way I like bronzed from the temples moving inward towards the hollows of my cheek, blush is the opposite. You're gonna hit the apples of your cheek and then blend back. And then just for like balance, whatever's left on the brush, I will kind of bring it along the places that I highlighted just to like distribute that color, and kind of just gives you like an even like flushed look. So it just looks a little bit more natural considering you have a full face of makeup right now. And then to set all of that, yes, this is a total paid advertisement for Morphe. Yeah, no, I wish. I know, I just use a lot of Morphe products and I love them and they're totally worth every penny. Not that they're expensive, but the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray is like my jam. It really is amazing. I know what you guys are thinking. What about your mascara? I set my face first and then do mascara. I don't want to wet my mascara after I've already applied it and then it get on my lids and things like that. So this stuff does come out quite a bit, so I kind of hold my hair back and then I just kind of spray. And it really does smell really good. So you want to let that set a little bit, fan your face dry, but it really does do something to like just melting those powders in with the rest of the product and like the foundation and the concealer. And this is really the finished product as far as the face is concerned. Then I'm going to curl these lashes. This again is an optional step, but I can't leave the house without curling my lashes and popping on some mascara. So I'm using a Revlon lash curler. But guys, can you see why? I mean, this eye versus this eye. Okay, lashes curled. And then I'm going to be going in with another really inexpensive product, the Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. This was recommended to me by a good friend of mine, Francesca, and thank God she did, because I literally use this mascara every single day. I've tried to use other ones and nothing compares. I already have mascara on my lashes, and I know I'm not the only one who does this, but on like day 2 or 3 of caking it on, my lashes start to just look like I have falsies on all the time, and I'm not mad at that. So I do take my makeup off every single night, but my lashes are something that I don't care. Like, I'll leave it on because the next day after I layer up another layer of mascara, it looks really nice. So for the sake of this video, I am going to grab a Maybelline lipstick. It's in the shade 930. This is what the packaging looks like. I have literally used and abused this lipstick. That's all that's left. It's my favorite Maybelline shade. It's called Truffle Tease. I will sometimes go in with a nice liquid lip, a gloss, a chapstick, a lipstick. Again, depends on my mood. So I'm just going to go in with a little color here. And if any of you are wondering, this is the same exact lipstick, and this is the same exact routine I used in my last video, which was that life update. I did go over that with like a little gloss or something, but I'm going to go over it with some chapstick just for hydration. And it just kind of gives the lips a little shine, a little sheen. But this is it, guys. This is the finished product. This is my every single day makeup look. I wear it every single day when I go to work. I get tons of compliments that my skin and my makeup look super natural. People are always asking me, you know, what do you do? How long does it take you? Your skin and your makeup look nice every single day. This is what I do. Literally, I just showed you my every single day makeup routine. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it really helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. I love getting feedback from you guys. I try to respond to every single comment that I get in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please watch my life update if you haven't had a chance. I will put that in the video so you can click it and watch it after this one if you haven't had a chance. It's a good one, guys. It's a good one. It's a long one, but it is really an update on just where the hell I've been for the last year, why, what's new, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, that's it. I don't want this video to be another 45-minute video, so I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah, that's it. Bye, guys.